Coming up on Torrance Today, Torrance residents, including Mayor George Chen, attend last night's Candlelight Vigil to honor the victims of the mass shooting in Monterey Park. Get an exciting update from the Mary Kay Giordano Regional Transit Center. And if you're an artist, there's still time to submit your work to be showcased at the South Bay's premier retail destination. All this and more coming up right now on Torrance Today. Welcome to Torrance Today. I'm Kirk Lyons. It's 4 p.m. on Tuesday, January 24th. I hope you're having a great day. Thank you so much for joining us. Here is our first story. Mayor George Chen joined a group of Torrance residents last night at a candlelight vigil in Monterey Park, honoring the 11 individuals who lost their lives on Saturday night while celebrating Lunar New Year inside a dance studio.
There's a lot of sympathy, is to mourn with them, to show compassion, solidarity. It's a community I know very well. My father ran an auto repair shop there for over 20 plus years. So I know the community. I still have friends, I have relatives that lives very close there. And it's a show that we are with you at the time when you are hurting. And we're connected, even though the tragic events happen in Monterey Park, but we're still connected as human beings, and we need each other. And I think it'll help maybe with the healing process. You know, they need to know that we hurt with them. I think this is the humanness we need at this moment in time. The City of Torrance embraces Monterey Park or Alhambra or any community that are hurting, and I hope that's a message they take. It's okay to grieve.
By order of the President, city flags will be flown at half-staff to honor the victims of this senseless act. Flags will remain lowered until sunset on Thursday, January 26th. Well, we have some exciting news coming from the Mary Kay Giordano Regional Transit Center.
All the concrete's been poured around the whole area. We have landscaping up. We have the interiors are coming along fine. We have carpet, tile. But it's also going to have a big screen TV up here, and they're going to show sporting events on there and some movies. And we're going to have some retail spaces here also. We're looking at coffee vendors or donuts, sandwich shop, things like that. So that's something else to look forward to. And there's going to be a large training room on the second floor of this building here. And that is going to be rented out also for special events that any of the public would be interested in. Couple more months, yeah, we should be ready to move in and open up.
The city held an official naming ceremony for the new facility last July, honoring former Assistant City Manager Mary Kay Giordano, who passed away in 2019. You can learn more about Giordano and her impact on our community on future episodes of Weekends in Torrance. And Torrance Transit is hiring bus operators. An in-person hiring event takes place on Saturday, February 7th, from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at 3231 Torrance Boulevard. Come dressed to impress for walk-in interviews, and don't forget to register for the event and pre-fill your application for faster processing. Go to transit.torranceca.gov for more information. The Japanese Business Association of Southern California hosted its first New Year event in 3 years, bringing together Japanese-owned companies to celebrate new beginnings.
This is a New Year celebration for Japanese companies. We gathered over 400 companies. Japan is a huge power for the Southern California economic, including the Torrance cities. I think Torrance is one of the safest cities in Southern California, and we are so proud to be with the Torrance citizens. Many companies belonging to Torrance cities. So every company feel safe and comfortable.
The JBA held its latest gathering inside the Torrance Marriott last Friday. The nonprofit began decades ago in 1960 bringing together business leaders from dozens of companies to work together with California's governor and other legislators. The organization also works to improve local community ties and the relationship between the U.S. and Japan. The JBA raised nearly $1 million to help survivors of the Great East Japan earthquake and tsunami. It also provided support for those affected by the LA riots, the Northridge earthquake, the 9/11 tragedy, and other major events over the years. A one-of-a-kind rotating art exhibit inside the Del Amo Fashion Center called Window recently celebrated its first birthday, continuing to inspire shoppers, revamp the window display of the Discover Torrance office, and invite more local artists to showcase their work.
This window art was born out of an idea when the Torrance Art Museum hosted a public display of art through Ultra in 2021. And I got the idea, hey, why don't we make this something permanent in the mall, but have a changing exhibit? Because we were part of that Ultra event, and we had exhibits in both windows, and the mall people loved it. And it's a great way to see public art in a non-institutional setting. And so we reached out to the Torrance Art Museum to see if we could have a display, and they came up with the idea to have a contest called Window. So artists submit art, and it's selected through the Torrance Art Museum, and they choose artists who get to display their art for 3 months out of the year, and then it rotates. This exhibit is done by Maria Borchdal, and she's a Swedish-Moroccan artist. Maria's art practices center on unearthing multiple layers and buried memories. So it allows for any wide range of interpretation. And we have people stopping by all day long at the mall observing her art, and it's kind of fun to see.
So it's actually an open call. So we actually asked for artists to submit projects that they would like to show in Window, and we look over and find out who's the best fit and who we think would display the best in the window, because there are some like logistical things, like you can't have any like sound in it, and like there's a certain space. It's open theme. It's whatever anybody wants to present in the window, as long as I said, like it doesn't have sound and it's able to fit within like the space. But yeah, all mediums are invited to present their work. Like we've had painting, we've had multimedia, we've had like interactive electronics. So like it's really interesting and exciting to see all the different types of art that have been presented. I love doing artwork in non-institutional settings, artwork that people that normally wouldn't be engaging with contemporary art get to see, and also in a place that is not normally a place that you go to see contemporary art. I love having art out in the wild. Like I think it adds to the quality of life for people to be able to engage with artwork.
The museum chooses 4 artists a year. Local artists can submit their entries now. To learn more, go to torranceartmuseum.com/open-call-window. The Torrance City Council meets tonight to conduct city business. Resolutions will be read honoring a firefighter and an employee from the Communication Technology Department for a combined 42 years of service. The Community Services Director will recommend council members accept and appropriate grant funding from the California State Library for the Torrance Library to support the Early Learning Program in the amount of $176,100 for supplies and materials and $10,000 for support services. And the city manager will recommend council members adopt resolutions approving minimum wage increases to comply with state of California minimum wage requirements. The public is invited to the council chambers tonight at 6:30 p.m. at 3031 Torrance Boulevard. Virtual participation continues to be an option. You can send an email before the meeting to councilmeetingpubliccomment@torranceca.gov. And as always, you can watch the meeting live on our website, YouTube, and of course right here on Torrance City Cable. Still ahead, it's Torrance Tuesday, and we'll tell you about an upcoming event that provides a fun way to learn about our city when we come back in 60 seconds.
Get it.
Get it.
Get it. Get it.
Get it.
Is she gonna get it, Daddy?
She'll get it.
Get it. Get it.
When you bring home a Goodwill find, you give your whole town a reason to celebrate because you're also funding local job training and placement programs in tech, healthcare, and more. Goodwill. Bring good home.
At the end of every episode of Torrance Today, we want to share a positive story that fits the theme for the day. On this Torrance Tuesday, we want to let you know about an upcoming event where you can learn more about our city through storytelling. The Torrance Historical Society and Museum will host Stories and Conversations, where residents can share interesting tales about Torrance. Remember when a squirrel hit a high voltage switch in Marble Estates and caused a major power outage? Or how about when a parcel of city-owned hillside in the Hollywood Riviera slid into former Mayor Albert Eisen's home and demolished it? If you have a fun story to share with your neighbors or just want to listen, come on out to the museum at 1345 Post Avenue this Sunday, January 29th at 2 p.m. Well, that's our show for today. Let us know if you have a positive story to tell by emailing us at torrancetoday@torranceca.gov. Thank you for joining us. We'll see you back here tomorrow with more news from and for our Torrance community. Have a great day.